1075 GCI, the shots #1 for hip hop and R&B. Myself, Kyle, Kendrick G, Leon Rogers. We got another friend on the show in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
The purveyor of the Peppermint Lounge, for those that know.
Purveyor.
The purveyor. You like that?
Put that down.
Yeah.
You did.
That boy got some. That boy vocab is strong.
Yeah.
Immense.
Also my Aries brother, man. I wish he was here to defend me a couple of weeks ago, man. Bill Bellamy in the studio.
So, man, I heard your back was against the wall, man. It was all over you. Had to keep your hands
man. We was in with the rope for dope. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you know, it's hard, you know, when you the best.
Right.
They got to find something.
Hey,
something.
you right.
With you, brother. Throw some dirt on
Hitler
it.
was
Where
the
we
best
go?
at trying to eliminate whole races.
Leave it up to Leon. He gonna always find some slick, crazy way to kick you in the back. You know what I'm
Hey.
talking about?
No doubt.
Just
How you
saying,
doing,
bro.
man? Good?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I've been really fine-tuning this hour. I have a fantastic hour that has the comedy. It has the message. You know what I'm saying? It's really important for me, you know, moving forward with my next special. My last one was Crazy, Sexy, Dirty. I did Ladies Night Out back to back. I did two
That was
specials.
dope. Ladies Night Out was crazy.
Ladies Night Out. Then I did Crazy, Sexy, Dirty. Those two combos together, right? And so now I'm like, okay, what can I do on this one that's gonna be really bomb?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, I went through so much tragedy in the last sort of like 2.5 years. I lost my mom in June. I lost my brother 2 years ago. I lost my best friend in September. So then I just lost another one of my homies from college last Friday. He had a massive heart attack, right? So all these losses have given me a purpose in like really trying to let people know, first of all, life ain't no joke.
Right.
And like living to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? So to take something positive from it, it's like, yo, man, we always be thinking, oh yeah, we could do that tomorrow. Or we gonna do it next summer. No, let's do that right now.
Right now. No
You know what I'm
question.
saying? Like right now. And that's the kind of energy that I've never had in my stand-up, because I think life gives you the voice, you know, circumstances and stuff. So, you know what I mean? And then there's a lot of people that have lost their parents, you know what I'm saying? And it was a trip because you don't know what it's like until it happened.
Right.
Yeah.
You like you don't know until it happened that, yo, it's a crazy loss.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So, you know, a lot of people been reaching out to me, and you find a lot of people have gone through that same thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your parents getting older or losing a parent for a child is like, that's the oh my God in your life if you never had a loss yet. You know
All
what
of
I'm
us
saying?
have. All
Right,
of us
you know
have,
what I
yeah.
mean? It's just whoa,
Yeah.
like, and the funny part is a lot of my stand-up got a lot of my mom in it, which is hysterical because, you know, a lot of her is in me and it just lives on, you know, which is dope.
Right.
So it's all positive in that way. But, you know, I think that's what my sort of title would be, like, life ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, stop playing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm on my
absolutely.
Meek Mill. I'm grinding like I ain't never been on. Like, you know what I mean?
Bill, what's so interesting? First and foremost, sorry about your mom. You
Thank
know,
you.
I lost my mom. Leon and Kyle both have lost their dads.
Yeah.
So we do know.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yes.
It's
It's a
definitely.
whole- I always say that part of me died that day. I became a new person because fear left the body. It's like, that's the worst thing that can happen.
Yes.
You get over that, you get over everything. But the reason what I want to bring up is I would have never noticed that, because I was going to say is you are one of the most positive people
Yes.
that comes in here. You always happy. Every time I see you, that's what I love about you the most is that you got this energy that's contagious.
me though. That's me all day. You know what I'm saying? I've never ever been any other way. I love my life. I love the opportunities. I love living my dream. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't prevent life from giving you hard times either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that I don't have a bad day. I choose to win.
Okay.
There you go.
You feel me? I choose to inspire people. I choose to be kind. You know, I don't have to.
I never seen you get mad.
Oh, but people, when they see me mad, they be bugging.
Yeah, because I'm like,
What you do? You know what I mean? Cause
Like you're not allowed to be there.
yeah, like Because I choose to be kind to people and nice. People think that you just super duper lovable, like cushy, soft guy. But that's not always me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I want to be and what I choose to be. If I could be the dude that I really am, sometimes y'all can't take it. Because it'd be like, yo, man, he kind of thugged out. Like, because like sometimes like when I go hard, people just freeze. They're
not used to it, right?
They forget you from the East Coast.
Yeah, even my kids be like, I don't like this Daddy. Daddy, you got to go back to the other space.
That's funny. So you talked a little bit about your stand-up, man. I also saw some reports out here about you taking part in this 90s house thing on MTV.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It was actually kind of dope. They called me up and they were like, "Yo, Bill, we doing a homage to the '90s, and we think that you are, sort of iconic '90s, like a personality that stood out in the '90s that could help us with the show." And what's dope about the show is, which is a great kind of concept, is like all these young, millenniums.
Yeah,
they're putting them back in the 90s, no phones and social media.
Are you serious? Oh, no.
Yo, like how we was doing it.
Yeah.
Like we didn't need this.
Right.
Oh
like I didn't need, there was none of this when I'm talking to you in the 90s.
Right.
Right.
You memorize numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you got a page that had to go to a
Like,
payphone.
yo, if she told me her number in the 90s, I'd be like, what? 3-1 what?
Locked in.
I have to be like paying attention.
Right,
Because
yeah.
I ain't got no pen.
Right.
And she a fly shorty, you like, yo.
I'm memorizing
you
that.
keep doing numbers in your head like 3 go with 2.
Right.
Okay. Like you used to have like mechanisms to make you remember.
Right.
Bill,
Almost a rhythm.
I used to do sports figures.
Right.
Her last four was Mike Singletary Jordan. That's 50-23. Yeah. About to knock her down.
I'm gonna knock it down. You know what I mean? And the way we communicated was different, and our style of clothing, like what I didn't realize is how loud our colors were.
Cross colors, man.
Man,
Carl
everything
Kanai.
was bright orange, bright blue,
Yeah.
purple,
Lime green.
yellow.
Right. Lime green.
Like remember, like Birdie would have lime green on in the 90s.
And a lot of airbrushing.
airbrushes on the jeans, right?
And I like that the clothes were bigger. Like girls didn't have to wear form-fitting
Yeah,
clothes.
it
Right,
was a
that's
little
true.
bigger than y'all,
Yeah.
so we didn't know y'all was carrying that dunk.
Yeah, true indeed.
That joint would be like it would be a discovery for you. She come out the bathroom without her cross color on, and she got that little waist and that boom. You be like,
Yo, my thing was
winning.
the asymmetrical haircuts, bro.
Yeah, I
the
do.
little angled haircuts with some hair just covering
Over
your
that
eye,
one eye.
and you was a soldier. You didn't
Yeah,
never
but
move
that
it.
one eye was sleepy though. That one eye was like, because that's back in the day when girls had that cross eye and you wouldn't know. 'Cause there was a lot
That's why
of
they wore
guys-
gazelles.
Like,
Block the lens with them gazelles, Jack.
this boy's stupid.
Right.
But like the show really did a good job of feeling like you went back in a time machine.
Yeah.
So what happens is I come in and sort of as the sort of like as the concierge of the 90s and
Right.
telling them how to do it and how to communicate and how to get around and whatnot and how you got to change your gear. Your sneakers are too new. You got to go back to what we was wearing because we was like literally Jordan's been around the whole time, but
Right.
we was doing different types of Jordans. They wasn't so back then. They were really authentic ones
Yeah.
because now they go when you get a sneaker now
The
that's a,
6th reissue.
of what we already
Right.
had. Like I got sneakers in my closet now that came out in '94.
That's older than your kids.
That's older than my kids.
Right.
And the thing about it is they just put them back out.
Right.
Like the red and black waffle Jordan joints with the little on the.
Yeah.
I got them joints pristine, and they charging $700-600 for them.
Yeah. The
Not-
difference
bruh.
is too, like now there's a whole lot more colorways. Back then it was you got them how they was issued.
Yeah,
that was it.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
My son is designing his own sneakers online. Like
That's
I wish
crazy.
we had that.
Yeah, ID, Nike
Like, so
ID
you
and
could
stuff
really
like that. Yeah.
You could really be crazy with it. Back then we got what we got: Carolina blue.
That's it. Georgetown colorway, Syracuse colorway, the
There it
colleges.
is. Done.
Dunks.
And
That's
white.
it. That's
That's
it.
funny, dog.
That's it. And black sneakers. That's it. But y'all, go ahead.
I was gonna say you used to be an MTV VJ.
Yes.
And that's what you're talking about because I remember Bill Bellamy. Before I even know I was gonna work in media, I used to love Janet Jackson growing up. And I remember the interview you did with Janet
Oh, with
Jackson.
Janet, yes.
And you reposted it and I was like, I had a moment like, wow, I actually grew up to meet both of them.
Isn't that dope?
Yes, because I watched it. I never forget that interview that you did because the dancers were dancing all on you, by the way.
Yeah, and I felt really, really shy. And I'm a fly, like, cool dude. I was like, oh my God. I got real tenderhearted. I mean, like, she caught me off guard.
That's
like,
Janet, bro.
You know what I mean?
I ain't even
Janet
mad
Jackson,
at you.
She's at the height of the sexy. She the first girl I ever seen with a belly button piercing.
Which Janet was it, though? Was it Pleasure Principal Janet? Was it Black Cat
that's
Janet?
the way love goes.
Yeah, if I
That-
was your girl, yeah.
That's the freak
If
velvet
I was
rope
your-
Janet.
If I was your
That's
girl.
the way love
Pretty
goes,
ass
Janet.
smile, that little honey skin, bro.
Yeah.
Penny.
Yo, I'm telling you, I was caught off guard because she was like laying on my chest a little bit. Like if you go on YouTube and
You
see
ain't
it,
try?
my eyes roll back a little bit.
You ain't
yo.
try?
I was scared.
I'd have
See,
linked.
Leon,
I'd have
you saying
linked
that
it.
right now. To her head was warm, yo. That just touched my heart.
Boy, now you know I'm a comic. That just went everywhere.
I know,
Her head was warm. I bet it was.
That's funny.
No, but this is the craziest thing. This is the craziest thing. Like Janet, showed me so much love. I was coming up in the game. I was just catching a wave, you feel me? And I'll never forget like her calling me up, and saying, would you go on tour with me? And I was like, oh
Whoa.
my God. I hung up on her the first time.
Because you thought somebody would play.
I thought somebody was playing. I was like, hello. I was talking to another chick on the other line. You click over, click. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi. Who this? Jan, click.
Bye, bitch. I'm out. Stand election on the other line. Bye. Bye, ho. You got to go. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You hang up on me. I was like, who playing?
Right.
She was like, it's Janet. I was like, oh, snap, my bad. Then I hung up on the other chick.
I would have hung up on her
Yo,
first. As soon as I'd have heard Janet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she put me out on the Velvet Rope tour, and I went out for about 15 dates with her. It was crazy. Like, it just gave me an idea of what it's like to be a superstar. I was an up-and-coming star, and I go out 20,000 people, and, like, you just see the lights, and they all were going, Janet, Janet.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, man, it's levels to it. Like, I was doing clubs and small theaters, and then this is arena. Like,
Right.
arena to me, like, when you get to arena status by yourself, that means that all the love came together at one time.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want to just be able to, in my career, sell out, United Center by myself. Like where all my hard work of years of grinding and stuff, it just came
Come to
together.
fruition,
And all
yeah.
my fans is just like, we love you. Because that's all it is love. It's
Right.
like, ah! You know what I'm saying?
Yo, speaking of love, man, I just recently watched you on the Def Jam 25th anniversary thing.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, man, because having did the tail end of the room, the Peppermint Lounge, how did that make you feel when Cheryl Underwood and them recognized the fact that you had one of the dopest rooms in the country, man? Like, how did that make you feel sitting there?
It was
Because
dope, man. It's a lot of things that we have taken for granted in our careers, you know what I'm saying? Because we all grind so hard, we got our head down, and we're not really standing up to acknowledge your progress or your peers, like, because we all work so hard, When I did Def Comedy Jam 25, it made me realize that, one, I'm one of the best to ever do it. I'm one of the best class to ever do it. Like, it's never been that many successful millionaires or comedic superstars to come out of one platform.
Season 1 was
Right.
crazy.
I mean, come on, man, it's crazy. I mean, it was like a dream team. I feel like my graduating class was so bananas. Like everybody was a super duper wizard. You had like because comedians are like wizards.
Oh, it was the 96 dream team.
Right, we got magical powers. Like you gotta imagine Martin Lawrence. If I had to put just the top 10, you go Martin Lawrence, Chris Tucker, D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, Sid,
Bernie Mac,
Dave Chappelle,
Dave, Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh. I mean, how many more you want me to hit you with? It just keeps going.
Monique.
You got
Yourself, put yourself.
Adele Givens, myself. I mean, like it was just funny. And then what really made it crazy was just being there and seeing your friends, and you feel like we achieved something. It was just emotional because everybody was like hugging each other like, yo, we lost a lot of people too. Yeah. I mean, we lost Bernie. Bernie was one of the best to ever do it. Like there is no one I ever seen funnier than Bernie. Like I never seen nothing like it, man. Bernie Mac was so funny, man. Let me tell you how funny Bernie was, right? Bernie was hosting the Def Comedy Jam tour. They were looking for Martin. You understand what I'm talking about? But Bernie said, I ain't no motherfucking Martin Lawrence. So I'm burning to the motherfucking Mac, right? By the time 3 minutes went by, they wouldn't think about Martin Lawrence no more.
No.
And by the time Bernie finished, he's the only person I ever seen get a standing ovation every night as a host.
Wow.
You don't understand how hard that is.
Right.
People are coming in, it's unsettled.
Your
it's
set
thi-
gets broken
Right.
up, you back up and
Oh,
down.
Trying to
my
set the tone
God.
for the night, get the crowd in order.
Man, we would literally like, I wish we had cameras, man. You know how funny it is to be on a tour bus with Bernie Mac? Bruh, Bernie, y'all gonna have to stop all that noise. Motherfuckers, everybody ain't 25.
That's funny.
Motherfuckers always want to talk about something. You had all day.
Do it in your room.
What?
He used to
Bernie
tell-
was putting us to bed like a grandfather on that bus, like we ain't gonna keep talking.
He used to
all
tell us at
goddamn night.
Miltroneers, he had a room down here called Miltroneers, which
Yes.
basically ended up being the Midnight Mac show when he had
Oh
Midnight
yeah, I came
Mac
through
at
and
night.
seen that.
Man, the man used to say, son, I'm gonna tell you something, okay? You got 3 options. $25, a drink ticket, or your tape or VHS. Which one you want? Come on. And then when we first met me, he's like, Leroy, whatever your name is, like, you was mentioned to me. I don't get
Somebody
offended.
told me your
Somebody
name.
told
I
me.
don't know who you
You
are.
want your tape? Take your tape, boy. Because I was literally going to take $25 because I was struggling. He's like, at $25, you ain't going to do nothing but trick it off on one of these little gals. Get your tape, boy.
Yeah,
And
but
your
it
tape
makes
will go a
sense,
long
though.
way.
It do. It
Made
do.
sense, man.
Listen to me, man. It's guys like Bernie and Martin and, you know, DL, who's like a big brother to me, you know what I'm saying? Tommy Davidson, like all these guys that were like, you got to understand, we're all at different levels of coming in the game. Jamie Foxx is over there, boom, 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 boom. You got guys that you didn't see because we didn't have internet.
Right.
Right.
We heard about you, Leon. We heard there's a dude in Chicago that's the realest one, man. He a real one. He coming to New York. Everybody's got like these little mythical tales about cats.
Yeah, right.
Yo, man, it's this dude, man. I swear to God, I heard he from Atlanta, man. He wild. He got a real crazy voice, high-pitched voice. That was Chris Tucker. Like,
Right.
we heard, you know, you had your scouting report. And then you converged on Def Jam, and then we saw it live. Like,
Right.
Cats, there's another dude that was crazy that cats don't talk about, is Teddy Carpenter.
Teddy Carpenter was a savage, yo. This is what I mean about the history of the game. When I
Man,
talk to newer comics,
That's, bro,
and
serious.
they really think they doing some Vanguard stuff, I be like, bro,
You got to do their homework.
you don't do
There's
your
a difference.
just do your
Listen to me, bro.
homework.
There's a difference between being funny and being hilarious. Bernie Mac was hilarious. What I'm saying hilarious is you can't sit still, bro.
Stomach
You can't-
hurting.
You laying in the aisle. Like Bernie had people getting up.
Yeah.
No. Am I lying?
No.
No, that's real.
No, bro. No, I ain't talking about this. Oh, that was good. I'm talking about uncontrollable laughter. Like,
Right.
that's another gear. So you gotta have the talent to get that next level. And it's what you saying, it's how you say it, it's your attitude. I mean, Bernie, to me, still is one of those guys. Like Robin Harris, too.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain dudes like Martin Lawrence. When I was looking at the Def Comedy Jam, it wouldn't have been nothing without Martin, bruh.
Right.
Martin was bananas. Like Martin's hosting skills was so crazy because he was off the head.
Yeah. No
He was
question.
going in on famous people.
He was. He was.
Yo,
was
he pulled a
killing
girl out the audience that had like a Big Bird
The
suit.
yellow
them.
suit
Yeah,
on.
remember that?
Yo, I forgot about that. Yo, you know how funny that was?
Yeah.
The one was funny to me when Big Les was dancing. He did that split. And he was like, "Hold it right there!" I died
All
laughing.
right, look, I don't want us to run
Okay,
out of
I'm
time.
sorry, I'm
let's
sorry.
that all of that is
I
dope.
just got.
No,
emotional.
that was real dope. But we do want to bring it back to what you're doing here in Chicago, so people can come show you some of the love
Yes.
that we
God, I
talked
forgot
about.
I'm doing something. We just got into comedy and I lost and I spazzed out like Eminem. I'm gonna be at the Chicago Improv. It's in Schaumburg at the Woodfield
Beautiful
Mall.
club, man.
So it's a beautiful club. You know, I always have a big sellout crowd there. Great venue. I mean, I like this club. It's big, but it's just like a baby amphitheater.
Yeah.
I'm there Friday, October 13th through the 15th only. Working on this new hour. Y'all come out, see it. I want my real fans in the building. And also, too, y'all can follow me on IG. Because I be posting that litty shit. You know what I'm saying? I be making people laugh. And then also on Facebook and Twitter. Everything's Bill Bellamy. It is what it is.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Thank y'all, man.
And before you
always a
go, real
pleasure.
quick, so we always talk about Lorenz Tate and Nia Long, how they just drink something from some juice because black don't crack. You was also in Love Jones.
Yes.
So can y'all all three get together and do Love Jones Part 2?
I
Like,
told
No!
yes,
Yeah, let it.
Why not?
Nah,
we
want
had
Love
this
Jones
all the
Part
time.
2.
Right.
Some movies are just classic.
Best Man Part 2
Don't
came out and it was great.
Yeah,
touch
Best
it.
Man 2 was good.
It was
It's too
I
much
know,
time
but
to go by.
like they about
don't
to
know.
do, they try to do Coming to America. Like, leave it
They're gonna do Coming to
alone.
America. So why can't, I want to Love Jones Part 2.
Yeah, I
That still
mean,
look
I
good.
can understand why you want it because it's such an iconic movie. I mean, we literally just celebrated 20 years.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. And my kids saw that movie, right? I just took my kids. I was like, this is the first movie I'm going to let my kids see. And they was just like, Daddy, wow, you are mean.
'Cause you were mean in that
I was
movie.
mean in that movie, right? but the beauty of that film was a couple things. It was the music.
Man,
Because that's
the
when
soundtrack
soundtracks was like
nuts.
the dope part of the
Nuts.
film,
Yep.
the acting, and then the way it was shot, like the cinematography. That we got an award off of that. That the way the film was shot, it was a cinematic experience.
Yeah.
It felt rainy. It was grays and
felt
blue.
like Brother to the Night.
Yeah.
It felt like it.
You know,
That's
you
what I
want
mean.
to get a girl pregnant
But
on that one.
you said iconic. Like to me,
Yeah.
once you say iconic, it's like
You know,
let
I
that
mean,
marinate.
they've been messing around with tweaking, trying.
Nah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Lorenz would do it or Nia, but if they did, it would have to be right. I know them.
The
They're
thing-
not doing it unless it's crazy.
The
right.
thing about that movie too, because you were talking earlier about the '90s, it was a perfect way that it captured the era overall.
Yeah.
Like you felt like that's that time period.
That
You know what I
time
mean?
period of artists, that time period of being a talented cat, on the come up. You got writers and poets and stuff. It was like a little snapshot of in this world of all these beautiful black people, you know, relationships.
It was based in Chicago. I believe.
Yeah, right here.
Shot right on.
All right,
What?
we gotta go.
All right, y'all. It's been real.
But Bill Bellamy, man, we always appreciate you stopping by, man. Like you said, you named a lot of things that we've known you in before we actually met you. So continued success, man. Keep
Thank
doing
you.
your
We
thing,
love you,
man.
like, sincerely.
Thank
We
you,
have nothing but love.
Kendra.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll see you out at the Improv this weekend.
Holla.
Bill Bellamy on the Chicago Morning Takeover. It's GCI.